six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Sneaking inside, just another piece of art, a new love to find. Strings humming with a history, each one with a tale. From the first touch of the strings, my soul sets sail. I see the look in her eyes, another roll of the dice. But in those studio lights, it's worth every price. I tell her it's the last one, just another fling, but the music calls my name with every shiny string. Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today. Goddamn, bought another six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Sneaking inside, just another piece of art, a new love to find. Strings humming with a history, each one with a tale. From the first touch of the strings, my soul sets sail. I see the look in her eyes, another roll of the dice. But in those studio lights, it's worth every price. I tell her it's the last one, just another fling, but the music calls my name with every shiny string. Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today.
Hi there, my name's Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Slight delay today, I apologize. I was watching the Apple event and I just jumped out of the shower, so I'll do my hair while I'm talking to you. Uh-oh. But today is Monday. This is terrible. Let me fix this. Monday, June the 10th. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I do have a different, I had to update the app today. Monday, June the 10th. 2024. So I got some questions for you today. I want to. Excuse me, it's so hot in here. I had the AC running and it's still really, really hot. It's crazy. I may have to go back to the headset eventually, just so I can run the AC during these summer live streams. But we'll see. We'll see how bad it is today. I just did a poll. Please please answer the poll if you can. Because I'm interested lately who here is actually playing out. Who's playing gigs? Who is playing shows? Who's playing professionally? Who's playing for fun? Do let me know by answering the poll for me. If I missed a category, let me know. I think I covered everything. Are you gigging full-time professionally? Are you gigging part-time professionally? Are you gigging... What was the other choice? I can't even see it now. Are you doing open mics, playing for fun, jamming with friends, going out and playing, busking, but more for like fun, on the fun side, not so much for the financially? Or are you playing at home for your own enjoyment? And then maybe you have a plan to go out and gig more, or maybe you don't. I'm not sure. So I'll come back to that in a second. First of all, I'll say hi to everyone. My hair is really bothering me, so excuse me. I just jumped out of the shower. I think I need to go back to the old haircut. No, I like my new haircut, but it's just, you know, it's not as easy to manage it. It looks awful, doesn't it? And it's hot in here too, so I'm going to be sweaty. Oh dear. All right. I don't know why it's so hot in here. I had the AC running for so long. All right, let's get started with the chat. I'll just see. I might go and get my hat in a minute. It's so humid in here as well. That's the problem. And I talk so much about humidity in the winter and how dry it is, but now it's the opposite. It's so humid, and the guitars have the opposite problem where they have too much humidity and they're going to crack because of that. Oh, okay. So, Patti Smith in a wet and cold Suffolk. Jasper says, is the broken heart, broken guitar fixed? So this is what I'm doing. I've got someone that can fix the guitar. I've decided to move on. I've decided to just sell it at a loss. But the problem is, and I'll just be transparent because you want me to be transparent on the channel, I'm sure. It's very hard to sell a broken guitar. It's also a pain in the butt to get a guitar repaired. I mean, I've got someone that can do it. It's an hour's away and an hour back. My plan, my dream was that someone out there would buy that from me for maybe $1,000 off, and they would repair it themselves, and then I just move on. But I think right now it's hard to sell stuff, as I've said before, unless it's really cheap. And then my hair's driving me nuts. It's hard to sell stuff unless it's really cheap. And then hang on, I'm gonna get my hat. I need a holiday is what you said to me. I need to get away from you. And as I watched her lying next to me, I wished for a holiday too. Home is where the heart is. Oh, that's fine. I don't know what it is. It's so hot here. I'm just sweating. I'm sweating. All right. Anyway, I'll try not to mention it again. So this was my plan, and you'll think I'm crazy. My plan was sell the guitar to someone that can repair a guitar or has someone that repairs guitars. Take a bit of a hit on it and move on. But the problem is, right now it's hard to sell stuff anyway, and it's particularly hard to sell something that's broken. But the frustrating thing is, it really isn't that bad. It's a seam crack and a bit of a wood splinter. It's probably a less than $200 repair. It's probably something someone can do. I'll probably end up having to get it repaired. But then what's the value of it then? Because then people say, well, it's been repaired. So I don't know. You tell me, what would you do? I'm tempted just to take it to Guitar Center and just get some cash for it. I know that sounds awful, but right now I've got so many videos I need to do. I'm going to be away next week. I've got loads of gigs, well, not loads of gigs, but I've got gigs to do. I'm trying to clean up the apartment. I'm trying to sell other guitars. I just don't want to deal with it. So I'll just be honest with you. I don't want to deal with it. And the hat is good for this. I'm going to have to figure something out for next time with the AC because it's too hot. It's crazy in here. I just don't know what it is. It's crazy. All right. So Jasper says, my dumbass was tuning the wrong string while tuning, was like, why won't this change pitch? Naturally, I just kept tuning it higher and it snapped. Yeah, we've all done that. So you're turning the tuner and it's not, you're turning the wrong tuner basically. I did one the other week where I put the wrong string in the peg. You know, so I mixed up the D and the G so that they were in the wrong hole, and I'd already put it on and cut it. So I had to then go and get another string. Those things happen if you're not paying attention. Okay, Nick Johnson. Greetings, looking forward to the show. Right, Phil McKnight commented on PRS this past Friday, and I'm curious to think if they reached the Gibson Fender level yet. Well, I don't think so. For me, I think it's still Gibson Fender. PRS have rapidly caught up a lot of ground, especially with their excellent quality import guitars, especially with I mean, they don't have the number. They're still charging more because they make less guitars, right? They haven't got the numbers that Fender have. Very few companies have the numbers that Fender has. And then I'm a bit worried about Sir. I'm excited that Sir are now at Sweetwater, but can they really make enough guitars? I don't see many of their guitars around anyway lately. Not a bunch of them. So now they're also sending them to Sweetwater. Can they keep up with the demand? I have to ask the question, will the quality suffer? I have to ask that. You have to wonder that. It's just the way it is, right? When you make more stuff, how do you do it without either expanding or making changes to the build quality? There has to be something that changes, and they haven't announced what they're doing with that. I wish they would. I wish they would tell us. Cold water tastes so good. Oh. So I don't know. I don't like to be down on these things because it's great. PRS are doing great things. It's great that Sir are in Sweetwater, especially for me. I have my affiliate links and I like Sir guitars. I've had issues with them, but generally I do like the guitars, depending on the specs of them. But how do you do that? How do you suddenly start sending all those extra guitars to someone like Sweetwater? Have they expanded? I don't know. So I'm a little bit concerned. Bedoin just bought the Bose S1 Pro Plus. What a great amp. You know, I had an experience. You won't want to hear this, and I still think it's a great amp, but I had a weird gig last week. I played a private party in the smallest of restaurants where I didn't need hardly any volume, but something about the way that was sitting, something about the gig that day, it was struggling to keep up with the room. Now, I found it really weird because I've used the Bose S1 Pro in a big room before. I used to play this place on Fifth Avenue, Manhattan, in a huge room. It used to be a Best Buy. And that little amp it was hitting its peak for sure. It got to a level where I couldn't turn it up any louder, and I would have liked it a little bit louder, but it was doing the job of filling this huge room with a massive ceiling. So I was really surprised last week when it couldn't quite keep up. I don't know if it was me, or if it was I don't know what it was, but I was surprised. So it just goes to show, be careful with these battery powered amps. I always say this, and I'll say it again. Don't expect them to do more than they can. Like, they're great for what they are. They're portable. They're light. They run on battery power. But I just get the feeling a lot of people buy them thinking they're going to go out and play in huge halls with them. That's not what they're for. They don't have the power for that. If you're going to do that, you want to use it as a personal monitor and plug it into a more powerful speaker, for sure. So I just want to put that out there because I hadn't experienced that before. And then so I used the eVerse 8 the day after that. And that was, I can still make that hit its peak as well. Because again, it's 450 watts. It's not that loud compared to like the QSC stuff. But it definitely has a bit more volume to it. I still prefer the tone of the Bose out of the box. But the eVerse 8 has more volume. But it's also 4 pounds heavier. Blah, 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 blah. Right? There's always these trade-offs. There's always these compromises. I still think the best thing anyone can get is something like the QSC K8.2 and a nice mixer, personally. But congratulations, that's good. I like it with the wireless things too. All right. Rex says, caught your Springsteen cover. Was that from a gig? Yeah, so what I did was, what I do now is I record every gig out of the phone straight into the, or out of the pedal straight into the phone. And that goes on to the Voice Memos app. It's very easy to do with the Voice Live 3 Extreme with one cable. When I get home, because it's recorded in the Voice Memos app and the Voice Memos app is in the cloud, everything, all the recordings are in the cloud. They're on all my devices. So I can come in this room on this computer and I can load up Voice Memos and the performance is there. I've got hundreds now. I've been recording and listening back to everything to try and get ideas of ways to improve. I think it's very important. I know you've been recording, Rex, as well with your new mixer. I think it's very important to do that in order to see what works and what doesn't. I'm loving this cold water. Wow. So yeah, that was completely raw. I did just do a bit of compression in Final Cut just to make it, you know, the middle bit got a bit too loud and the start was a bit too quiet. I did a gentle compression just to make it sit a bit better when it's played back. But otherwise, it was completely out of the box. So what you're hearing there, you know, the reverb on the voice, and this is why I love this pedal, the reverb on the voice, the reverb on the guitar, the harmonies on the voice, the EQ on the guitar, the tone and EQ on the voice. I had a click track going in my in-ears, so that's all to a click. So you could put a loop over that if you wanted to at home. You could add some drums easily in Logic. What else? There's more. The looping was from that pedal. Everything. I tuned the guitar with the pedal. Everything was in that pedal. And then it just goes straight out into the PA. That's it. And then in-ears from the headphone out into my headphones, my ears. So that's why I love that pedal. Everything is coming from that single pedal. And it just adds a little bit of a lift without, in my opinion, without being too much. You might think that's too much, but I think it was pretty subtle. I like it. And let me know what you think. I don't mind constructive criticism. That's how we get better. All right. Graham says, hi. Good. I also saw a lot of really good local performers this week as well. And I think it's important to go out and get ideas from others as well. Bernard's here. Kevin's here. Rosanna's moderate. I'm going to sneeze now. I'm not having a good day here. Rosanna's here. The song is hilarious. So, David, that I wrote that song. Hang on. Wait. Mute. Oh, bless you. All right. I wrote that song with AI. And the Apple event today was about AI. How do you feel about AI? I mean, the new Apple software is going to let you write an email and then you hit a button and it rewords the whole email. It's I don't know. It's not us anymore, is it? I don't know. I'm excited and scared about this AI. I think it's going to end a lot of jobs. I think people will still want to hear someone with an acoustic guitar just playing from the heart. I really do. But I think AI will write better songs than many people can write. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Tell me what you think. The cat agrees. The cat's meowing next door. Mark Smith. Good evening, Aaron. I'm planning US road trip. Music theme. Motown, Stax Museum, Graceland. Oh, yes. Well, Graceland is incredible. Graceland and Sun Studios. Absolutely incredible. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to think of you going there. Graceland, to stand at Elvis's door and look up to where he used to walk down for breakfast, to go to Sun Studios and think of all the musicians that stood there and recorded all those amazing songs. There's nothing like it. Yeah, definitely you've got to do those two. And they're very close to each other. Lee, how you doing? Good to see you. Here you left out the church players. Church players. Oh, yeah. Well, doesn't church playing, isn't that like part-time? Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but from what I've heard, most people that play at church get paid. Am I right or wrong? The people that I've known that played at church got compensated for their time. I'm sure at some churches they do it voluntarily as well. But I would say if you're being compensated, that would come under the part-time. I'm sure some people do that full-time, music directors in churches and things like that. So that's interesting. I'm looking at it now. So we've got 8% play full-time, 42% part-time, 15% open mics and fun, and 35% at home. I guess I should have also put in there an option for the fact that you don't play at all. I'm sure some people watching don't play. You know, or at least have just starting to play, I should say. I guess that would come under home. And then another poll might be, do you want to play full time? I'm doing some research. I might be trying some new videos out. But it's interesting. So half the people watching play part time. That's what I expected to see. Very good. Mark said, how vain. I wish I had hair like that. Well, I'm okay now, but I just the problem with this software is you don't see the next screen. You only see the intro screen, so you can't kind of get ready for the shot. You can, but you have to press some other buttons. So I just thought, oh, I hope I saw right, and I hate that. I've also cooled down a bit now. I think as I had a shower not too long before I went live, so it was hot, and it's humid as well. So you need hairspray. I'm not doing that. The reason I stopped putting it up is I want to go natural. Once your hair gets longer, it sits better. It's too short at the moment. I need it to be longer so it's heavier and then it will sit down better. I like how I used to have it. All right, Chris says repair and use it without fear. Now this is what David said as well. Maybe put it in case for now and wait until you're motivated. Yeah. So put it in the case, stick it on the shelf, get it repaired and use it as a gigging guitar. Yeah. Fix it and use it as a daily driver. If you love it, repair. I would like to lower the action, but I could take it for the repair and also have them lower the action, the nut and the saddle as well, to make it very easy to play for gigs. Muddy Creek says sell it. Yeah, is that because you want it? I don't know. Like I said, in my perfect world, a friend would have said, I'll take it off you, $1,000 off, and then they would pay a couple $100, have it repaired, and they'd enjoy it. And even then I'm losing out massively from what I paid for it. But I would have done that just for convenience. I don't get me wrong, I'm not looking to throw money away, but I do have priorities right now that I'd rather put that. I've been looking at investments and things at the bank, and I'd much rather just grab that money and stick it in the investment and use another guitar, something like that. So I also don't trust people. I don't like having guitars repaired. I've had so many bad experiences. I always worry that something will go wrong. It'll end up worse than it was, or something else will happen. Also made me realize that I'm glad I've sold some of my more expensive guitars off, because all you got to do is drop a guitar and you've completely like taken your valuation away. Because even though I believe guitars are fine, I bought years ago when I was in England, and I've still got it. The guitar I used on my album was a Goodall in London, £3,000, which was a lot of money back then, £3,000. And it's got a place on the side where it's been cracked and repaired, and it's not the prettiest looking repair at all. But that was, and obviously it was cheaper because of that reason. But I don't believe for a second that affects the sound. Yeah, it looks a bit ugly, but I still bought it. The problem now is we live in the world where people are looking for the deals. They know they'll get deals, and they'll use anything against you. Like if you've got a Martin and you've installed a strap button, they're going to say, oh no. Oh, why has it got a strap button? It'll affect the tone. I need one without a strap button. I'll give you $1,000 less. So that's the problem. Doctor's in the house. The Springsteen cover sounded very good. Thank you, Thomas. Bless you, says Boomer. Yeah, I sneezed, yeah. Oh, don't know why. Don't know what's going on with me today. Have not done gig with it yet. I've tried it at home. It worked. I have 2 of them. Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not taking anything away from them. It just reminded me that I always say to people, and I'm not talking about you, I always say to people that ask me what to buy, make sure you get the thing for the job. So if you're playing the right room with the right amount of background noise, it's great. Especially if you've got 2, that's fine. But I just worry sometimes that I tell people, or people tell me they're going to buy something like a Bose S1 Pro, and they just think that they're going to do like weddings with it. I think well, it's fine. People find out with their own experience. But I thought that was a bit strange on Thursday. Maybe there was a problem with it. I don't know. Mark Smith, I go to Nashville. I don't know what or where you would. AI I've been trying to use to find guitar values. However, I'm not sure it helps that much. Like most tools, it finds sellers asking prices and not actual sale prices. Yeah, that's the other problem, isn't it? What is the actual value, I liked your AI song. Maybe your version of I'm on Fire needs a dry studio vocal over the performance. What do you mean? A dry studio vocal. Dry? I think the vocal could have been a little bit louder. The problem with my pedal is it sends out a stereo mix, so you're stuck with the levels. There is a way to record the 2 tracks separately, and I'd love to do that going forward. Ultimately, what you can do, and everyone should consider doing this. I don't know why I don't do it. It'd be great. If your pedal or your mixer can record the tracks separately, then record them. Also record a video in the room with the room sound being picked up by the mic in the phone or the camera. And then you can mix the 2 tracks, tune them, EQ them, whatever, mix them really well and put them over the video and have video and audio. And you could also blend in a little bit of that ambient sound from the phone's video, just so you get some of the background noise to make it sound more like it's in the room. You could do some incredible quality YouTube videos like that. I don't know why more people don't do that. Well, I guess I don't, but it'd be so easy to do it. It's worth doing. Oh my God, this water's so good. All right, go to Nashville. Yes. I was going to say Nashville too, but landmark wise, you got to go to the Elvis stuff. Chris says, I'm not a fan of AI, as it really is just stealing from many sources to make its product. One could argue that people subconsciously do the same. That is my argument. Humans add inspiration and emotion. AI can't do that. But can it not? I gotta say, I didn't make a video yet about the AI song that I've been playing on the channel. But I don't think, I mean, I'll put a challenge out there. If you can write a song about buying too many guitars, it's better than that. And I know it's subjective, but I honestly don't think I could. I don't think I could write a better song than that. And what amazes me about that is I was thinking to myself, maybe they're using like loops and things, like there's drum loops and guitar loops over the top of pre-recorded chord progressions and things like that. But how does it take the lyrics? Like if you put your own lyrics into these AI programs, it will write a melody and sing that lyric. And it doesn't sound robotic. It has emotion. I think it has more emotion than most music that I hear today. I think AI can write better songs than the songwriters of today. I really believe that. And better songs, in many regards, I'm sure better songs than I can write. And I'm kind of okay with that as a singer. I'm thinking, well, Elvis didn't write his own songs. To me, a good song is a good song. So if AI writes a song that gets the message across that I want it to, I would release that. I've got no problem. I think it's great. I think it's lazy, and I think it's better to write it yourself. But if you can't write it yourself, or if AI does a better job, and one thing you could do is just take parts of that AI and apply it to your own composition, of course. You could just get an inspiration for the first line and then go off of that, a bit like writing with another person. At the end of the day, these computers are just replacing people, aren't they? Like, rather than sit down with someone and bounce off each other with a song, you bounce off the computer. Or you let the computer do the whole thing, but then there's no reason why you can't sing it. But what if the computer's AI version sings it better than you can sing it anyway? Is that such a bad thing? It's just so natural now. It's a bit scary. Look, Siri went from being this robotic voice that constantly got things wrong 10 years ago to now. Have you heard now the new like chat GPT voice? You talk and it talks back instantly. So, you know, what sports teams are playing today? Today, the Rangers are playing the Knicks. It's just like having a conversation. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? I don't know. You know, was TV good or bad? Was radio good or bad? Was karaoke? Karaoke was a form of AI, wasn't it? You have that band there to sing against. That is AI, a basic form of AI. But now the band can be generated from nothing and also adapt in real time. So I don't know. I love it and hate it. I feel that way with most technology. I loved it. I've always loved acoustic guitar and just that natural, just earthy, organic singing a song thing. And I've always loved technology, the way it pushes the boundaries and changes the world. Although I see it now maybe changing the world for the worst as well. And when it comes to the two, I've never joined them together. I've never done electronic music. I like using the Voice Live 3 at my gigs to add to the song to flesh it out a bit, but I don't want it to sound like karaoke. And the same with this, like with these live streams, it's the same thing, isn't it? Like we're connecting over the internet like this, and it's me talking, and I see your chat, but I can't actually interact with you. I could have people call in, which one day I might do, and maybe one day you'll see the people on the screen. That'll be interesting. Then again, do we want that to happen? You know, we've all seen the memes of people, you know, doing the Skype calls and their hamsters on the videos. S1 Pro Plus is $600 at Guitar Center. Well, what was it before? And the thing is, everything's on sale now, isn't it? The world's on sale. So get it while you can. Graham, how you doing? Well, we should talk more about gigs and pricing and how to get gigs. You know, it seems to me that in this world right now, the gear has definitely dropped off. This year, we've seen a lot of budget guitars, a lot of budget pedals. I think the gear thing has been, I think there's less money. I mean, this is my opinion, of course, as always, only my opinion. There's less money to buy gear there's less innovation in gear because companies are playing it safe and also releasing cheaper, affordable gear because they know there's less money to buy gear. Therefore, the gear market has stagnated and gone a bit stale. This is all my opinion. But I do see an influx now of people looking to do gigs. And the gear has made the gigs easier to do. So people now can easily get the Bose S1 Pro Plus. They can get a Cole Clark. They can get a mic stand and a Sennheiser microphone, an iPad with OnSong, and go out and start gigging, especially with all the lessons that are available on the internet. And of course, why not? If money is tight right now, that's another stream of income. That's why I want to ask people how they're playing. So, we've now got 42% playing at home, but we've still got 36% playing part-time. So that's for additional income, right? 9% playing full-time. So I've just been thinking a lot about this lately, this whole gear thing. We're not seeing the innovation. Look, I'm excited that the Voice Live 3 Extreme is coming back in production. That's a 15-year-old pedal or whatever. That's old, but it's still great. And no one else is innovating. So that's still, for me, the best way to go for singer guitarists. But that really says a lot about the industry, that they're not bothering to release new stuff. Graham, how you doing? It's good to see you. It's been a while, yeah. One problem I find is repair people with great reputations, repair and restoration have extremely long. That's the thing. So the thing is, and it's not just repair, it's just techs in general. Like, I sent the guitar to Sweetwater a few months ago, but I was scared, I've had terrible experiences. I had a guy that, I don't know if I've told the story, who messed up one of my instruments and then had an email argument with me that was my fault. And I've still got the emails. I could have put that out there online, and but I didn't. But I don't think they're doing that repair anymore. So fine. But I don't want to get any wars with anyone. But I've been scarred. Some people won't do the repairs. I don't think the guy that I usually go to will do the repairs like that. So you've got to travel, you've got to leave it there, you've got to hope nothing else happens to it, you've got to pick it up. I know I sound lazy, but that has been... Oh, you know what? I'm fine. I sound lazy. That's just where I'm at right now. Like I said, I'm looking to move stuff. I'm still selling. I've sold guitars. I'm just looking to move on. And if I can get $2,500 for that guitar, I'll just get another one. I'll get an Angel 2 for $2,300, and I'll still be the same. It's fine. That's where I'm at. I'm not going to do that again. I've got the strap locks now. I learned my lesson. I'm moving forward. Paul says the hair looks good. Thank you. I'll do it every week now. I'll ask you how the hair is. I'll do a hair check. Or I'm just going to shave it off for the summer because it's so hot. Poo Ninja. Realistic expectations of what gear can do are important. There isn't one cure-all bit of kit. Exactly. No, you're right. And that's why anything that's 100 watts shouldn't ever be considered as a main stage solution. It should be considered of what it is, a 100-watt speaker, right? I'll be impressed when AI can do the dishes and clean my house when I rehearse. Well, AI is going to do more than that, Graham. AI is going to do the dishes, clean the house, and play the songs. I'm sorry. I really think no one's talking about this right now. Here's the thing. You go on guitar forums and people are arguing which pedal sounds the most like a tube amp and which acoustic guitar pickup sounds the most like a natural acoustic guitar. Meanwhile, you go online and type in, write me a song about haircuts on these AI websites, and it generates a fully produced, mixed, mastered song with real guitars, all these great sounds that probably sound way better than we can create with these pedals anyway. AI has just completely out of nowhere just gone into the stratosphere. And I don't think anyone's really realized it. When the new Apple software comes out in September, then it will really hit home. When you start to see, like, make me a picture of me as a cat with a hamburger in my left hand, and it does it, then people will realize, okay, this is the real deal. And then they'll start putting that into other things like Final Cut. I'm waiting for Final Cut Pro. I make a video and then say, hey, go through and take out all the breaths. Sometimes I'll go through and cut out the breaths and the mouth noises. So when people listen back with headphones, they get a nice clean recording. That can be done with AI. That's easy. Improve the sound, improve the audio, all this stuff is so easy with AI. So it's eventually it's going to replace a lot of jobs. There's people, I think there's AI videos now. Some of the videos you watch are AI. They're not real people talking. So there we go. Maybe I'm AI. Maybe the hair thing was just to throw you off, to make you think that I'm a real person with insecurities. But actually, I'm completely generated by artificial intelligence. Not a very good version, because I'm not that intelligent. But maybe this is all AI designed to trick you. No, perfect timing from Lee, Skynet. Yes, I'll be back. Until the rabbits outside my studio window start leaving tips, it's just for my entertainment. I don't know if they would listen. I don't leave them apples. So question though, I didn't put this in the poll. If you're not playing to make money, part-time or full-time, is that your goal? Is your goal, ultimate goal for everyone watching this channel, to make money from playing music? Or is it just to play music? That's a good question that I should have put in the poll. And everyone should drink lots of water. Right, so AI is the new mobile DJ running wedding bands out of jobs. I've lost wedding DJ jobs to someone in the wedding with an iPod. Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same. So in the beginning, we had someone bang two pipes together and make music. And then we built guitars and we played them. And people had to write down the music and travel and show that music to somebody else. And the only way you could hear a concert was to go to where the band was playing. And then, radio just changed everything, because suddenly you could hear the music wherever you were. You didn't have to be where they were. Radio was a massive change, but people saw it as a good change because you could spread that music around. And then TV, same thing, but we couldn't get on TV. Yeah, Oasis were on TV. The Beatles, without TV, the Beatles wouldn't have been what they are. Elvis wouldn't have been what he is. That was huge. And then we hit this peak, which was the internet. Because look what I've got here. I've got my own TV station. And this is incredible. I can broadcast here in 4K with this high quality microphone. And actually, sometimes people say that this stream my videos look better than what you see on the TV, because the TV sometimes is rushed and, there's a problem with the antenna or whatever. This has the potential, and as channels with higher quality video than me and better lighting and better everything else, you can have a whole studio now and broadcast your message, which is so exciting. But unfortunately, I think the AI is tipping the barrel the other way too much. Now it doesn't need us anymore. Now you could get a video where it's someone, a talking head like this, talking about things to do, musical places to stop at in America. So we're just talking about going on a road trip and stopping at different places in the USA. Well, I know a bunch. I've been to a bunch. I can suggest some. But I'm sitting here umming and ahhing because I wasn't ready for the question and I have to think about it and I'm going to forget something. AI would have instant access to every single thing, every review, every location, and it would just say, and it could just map out with a map in from the west coast to the east coast, and you could say, right, when you start in California, make sure you go to the birth of so and so. And then also on the way to your next stop here, because it will say, because 100% of reviews of this attraction were positive. So go there. Right, the next best way to go next is southeast and stop off at. Yeah, it can do. I can't do that. I'd have to research that for hours and go through all that myself And the good thing is I could add in my experiences. I could say, look, Sun Studios and Graceland blew my mind. They did. I think about them often. I'd go back in a heartbeat. That's the human element that you want to hear. That's still great. But the AI, and if you haven't seen this stuff yet, it's not like a robotic voice. It could very soon, it could be a person like this, a video quality person with a voice with the inflections like this, and arguably easier to understand than I am. You could even choose the person who's doing the live stream, and they could walk you through that. So that'd be a really cool video, because they would tell you a map of where to go on a road trip to see the coolest parts of musical history. It would tell you the dates, the times, the review, other people's review. It would tell you everything. I can't compete with that, and I bet there's not many YouTubers who can. So do you need us anymore? I don't think you do. I think that's better. I really think we're screwed. I really believe it, because no one can compete with that. And I really think a lot of people don't realize. I didn't realize until I went on that website and made the song that you hear on the start of the video now. I play it because I think it's a great song. You see what I just said? I play it because I think it's a great song. I really think it's a well-written song with funny lyrics, and it captures exactly what I wanted to do. So there we go. That's your answer. I don't think people get it. I don't think until you really experience it. Like if you download one of those apps where you can talk, and some of it's still bad. Like the pictures are bad. Like when I tried to make a picture, draw me a picture of a guy drowning, surrounded by guitars, and it can be okay, but it's not quite there. But the music is great, and it will get there. In a year or two more, it will be there. It's going so fast. It's crazy. So you'll be able to generate a song and a video in minutes. If you want to make a custom song for someone, you'll just say, write me a song about someone called this name, about this topic, include the words, use these instruments, and then put it to a video where the cat is walking through the street in the rain. It's going to just do it like that. And for a person to do that, I don't know. So I am worried. The only thing is, we'll still have music. We'll still be able to play the music for ourselves. And I think that's why we do it, because we don't sit and listen to CDs and watch other people, right? We still pick up the guitar and play it, and that physical feeling of playing the guitar is not going to go away. It can't, and that it might become even more important, because in the world where everything's generated by computers, that time you have where you're creating the music all by yourself, it might be even more special. We might even get gigs where people just show up with an acoustic guitar and just sing songs together, because they just want to go right back to that. But I really worry about songwriters, actors, producers, all those things, like anything graphic, news presenters. I think for a while, there's been newsroom presenters that have had AI versions made of them. So if they're ever ill, they can use the AI version. It's out there, and I'm not trying to scare people. I mean, I guess I am scaring. I'm scaring myself a little bit, but it's just a real thing, and it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I mean, look what internet did to TV. I don't get cable anymore. I never liked cable anyway. There's too many ads, too expensive. I just watch YouTube now. YouTube for me has become TV, in the same way that Spotify took over from radio, and radio took over from, everything does have a progression. So I don't know. I'm stop talking. I'll stop. I think it's a little bit depressing too. So I'm going to stop talking about it. Pooh Ninja says, my ultimate goal is to just keep improving and just have fun. Yeah. And I think that should be the most important thing. Boomer says, I don't have play for money. I'm a music fan. I just wanted to learn how the music is made. I'd be good at producing others. Sergio, how you doing? Good to see you. Like James Addiction said, we'll make great pets. I mean, it will eventually. I hope people know what they have created, because eventually there's just, I don't know, there'll just be, I don't want to say the wrong thing and regret it, but there just will be less and less need for creativity and people. Like, so many jobs can be automated. Look at the cars that can drive themselves. That's crazy. I got in some cabs lately where on the screen you can see everything. It's like a computer game, and you can see above the car and the bikes and the people. You can almost drive just looking at that screen and not out the window, because it's like a video game. But that's all technology, you know. Sergio, my favorite hobby is music. I want to enjoy it and then develop the skills and money. It's important to set priorities, in my opinion. Yeah, and it brings up a conversation as well of, you know, some people say they don't want to make their love and their passion a job. I do, because I don't want to feel like I'm working. I want to feel like I'm doing something I love. But I understand some people don't. I also think that comes down to, if you... So I think I'm lucky because I like the songs that I cover. If you hated singing the Beatles and Van Morrison and all those popular songs, that would be pretty hard to go out and do a 3-hour gig every night doing those songs. If you love that kind of music anyway, and you love performing, then I think that's a lot better. Now, I've met musicians that say, "Oh, I don't want to play Wonderwall tonight. I don't want to play the Beatles tonight. I don't want to play as popular. I want to play unheard of original jazz music." You know, okay, well, I get it. Then that is then a job, and it might make you kind of hate the it might make you not enjoy music so much. Maybe, I don't know. But I like performing, and I like those songs, so I'm lucky. Chris said it was Porno for Pyro said that, not Jane's Addiction. I know, but it's a great line. We'll make great pets. I don't think I'll be around. I think we're talking about another 100 years' time when this is going to happen, but it will happen. Yeah, there we go. I remember I hated it when I went to the bank a few years ago, and rather than the whole thing being tellers with the windows, they reduced that to 2 windows, and then they had all machines. And again, I like technology, so you wouldn't think that I would mind it. But they didn't work. I went to the machines, and they were terrible. They were slow. They weren't working right. And I was just saying to the guy there, why did you do this? This sucks. But I went back 3 months later, and the machines had gotten better. They were faster. They were then actually quicker and faster than the tellers. And that's the thing. All technology is a bit crap in the beginning, but before long, it's really, really good. So there we go. We have these, we do our own checkout now. We work for ourselves at the supermarket. We check out the stuff ourselves. There used to be someone that would do that for you, right? In Twitch, very comfortable. Yeah, performing online, I don't know. I haven't done it for a while. I did it in the lockdown. I do like it, but it's not the same as playing to people. That's what I mean in the future. I think musicians will go even more basic. I think they'll just grab acoustic instruments and just get together in rooms and just play and have that pure human connection. That's I see that happening. We thought the books would go away because of iPads and e-readers, but there's still plenty of bookstores, and people still read books. There'll always be a market for everything, but the whole thing generally will come down with the technology. My missus has a great time razzing me about my misheard lyrics. Now I'm getting the words right and the band's wrong. And that's the other thing. On a lot of these videos now, it gives you the words. It's very good at working out the words too. So that can be a helpful thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I find that interesting. And the reason I asked you all is that I'm going to do a video on some of the gig stuff. Like what are the most popular songs that I play? What works the best? I'm going to try that this week and see how it goes, just to take a break from the gear for a while. So that's why I wanted to know, of people that are watching, who's actually doing what. So as it stands now, 39% playing part-time. But I don't know how many people playing part-time want to play full-time. I don't know how many people playing open mics want to play full-time. I don't know how many people playing at home want to play full-time. I'm not sure. But it's not just about the money. It's also about songs and what songs work the best. I think that's a good thing to talk about. They often say a good acoustic archtop cannot be made with CNC, as each piece is different and requires a skilled luthier and a lot of tapping and listening. Perhaps AI could do that. But again, I think it could do it better, because that tapping can be done by a computer. And it can do the whole thing, right? It's like the Plek machine. The Plek machine versus a guitar that's been made well, there's very little in it. But the Plek machine is more accurate, technically. And that's always going to be better because it's closer. So I'm not going to say that a machine can build a better guitar than a person, but it could certainly build a good guitar. And let's not kid ourselves. Most guitars now in production are made by machines. I find it a bit strange that one of the latest videos that Martin Guitar did was about the factory and how many machines they have making the guitars, but their slogan is still about being handmade. They're not. I don't think you can really say that anymore. I get that that's their culture, and I get that the guitars have that thing about them of being handmade, but the reality is, so much now is done by machine. Can you really say something is handmade? But I don't mind it. I would rather something be consistent. I've played a bunch of guitars from Fender and Cole Clark where the necks have been radically different. I don't like that, because I might recommend you a guitar and you'll play it and then complain to me and say, oh, the neck was, what you said the neck was thin, it's fat, or you said the neck was fat and it's thin. I like consistency. I like the machines being consistent. I'm okay with that. But without seeing that video a few weeks ago they posted, I wouldn't have known how much they're doing by machine now. It's crazy. Live music is different than program music. No matter how great the playlist, there is just something about live performances. I mean, a machine probably can't read the room like a person, but then maybe they can. Maybe if the machine is maybe if the machine is using a camera and can track people's reactions on a microscopic level, it can tailor the playlist to the room. It's all data, isn't it? It's like everything else that is good, it's also bad because there's evil in the world. I think a lot of it is laziness too. Look what technology's done. Who here has a Roomba? A Roomba vacuums the apartment for you. Some cars park themselves. Dishwashers, they've been around for years, right? Dishwashers. It's all stuff that's just made us have to do less, be less active. Now, this can be good. Some people can't be active, and it really does help them. Sometimes it just makes us less active, and that's not a good thing because it's taken away our activity levels. And then once that starts to bleed into art, well, then that's scary. Have you seen some movies now, like Spider-Man? You watch the movie and think, well, they were on the bridge shooting that scene. They weren't. They were in a hangar somewhere with a green screen, and everything in the background is generated by a computer. It's crazy how fast it's changing. Even since I studied 20 years ago, And back then I don't think there was, well, there might have been a very early version of YouTube. Tab sites were still basic and wrong. You'd still want to go and buy the tab book, the sheet music, private lessons. I mean, what happened to, okay, here's a great example. Most people would say to me, you can't be a real guitar teacher, right? So let me know in the chat your experience with this topic. So most people would say to me, you can't be a real one-on-one lesson. And this goes for like a gym, guitar players, piano playing, singing, everything. Because the person can see what you're doing wrong and show you how to improve it. But in my opinion, and from what I've seen, like one-to-one lessons have just completely, I won't say died. I know they're still happening. But there's so much free information on YouTube and online. And there's so many courses you can do, $10 for a year, with all this amazing information from talented, successful players. So that's changed everything. We used to have to find a teacher, get the guitar, travel, be on time, do the lesson, travel home. We didn't just commit to learning an instrument. We committed to the whole process of getting there. We traveled there. We had the lesson. We had to focus we didn't have an iPad with us. There was no other. I mean, I signed up to TrueFire last year in the sales. I haven't used it. I really wanted to use it. I wanted to learn some new stuff. But when it's that accessible, when it's on your phone, the last thing you want to do is use it, because you'd rather just watch a YouTube live stream or play a game or whatever you want to do. This is the reality. In the old days, you had to get up and get to your lesson on time and focus on the lesson for that amount of time, and then go home and do the practice, knowing you'd have to do that again the following week. Now, everything being accessible and free, which is the plus of technology that we're talking about, is actually negative, because we're just completely overwhelmed. There's lessons everywhere. There's song lessons. Everything's accessible. So you get the point where you don't know where to start, and you don't do any practice because there's too much information. And also, all the guitar teachers that used to travel around and make a decent living have all been put out of business. Now, the sensible ones got on YouTube and made their own courses and their own lessons, and some of them are making 10 grand a month, which is great. But all the other ones that don't want to make videos, don't know how to make videos, I think they've all gotten wiped out. Maybe I'm being extreme here, but there's certainly someone could learn everything they need from the internet. You don't need to go to a person. And that's what I'm trying to say with the music thing. Will that be the same thing with performers? The robot can do the performance. You don't need the person. I know that sounds really radical, but I think it's going to happen eventually. It has to. Eventually, everything will happen with technology. I don't think there's really an end to it. I see a time when you go to a bar or you're at home and you say, I want a performance from Elvis Presley, and he's wearing a blue suit and he's got blonde hair, right? And I want to hear him sing the hits of Oasis, and I want it in a reggae style, and I want every other song to be a ballad, and I want him to tell jokes in between the songs. And there you go. You've got a custom performance completely tailored to what you want. And okay, that you could also say I want a random singer every song to sing a random song in a random style. If you wanted something, and anything in between those two things. I think that's kind of cool. I'm okay with that. But is that going to take my job? I mean, that's why I'm doing YouTube, right? That's why I'm trying to think outside the box, trying to stay ahead of the curve, which I'm not doing a great job of, but I'm trying to find other things. I do think that just playing an acoustic guitar will still be cool. I think now there's times when I play to people and they think, oh my goodness, he's playing an acoustic guitar. But sometimes I think that's really cool. Like it's like almost alien now to people that you'll play a song and you'll play a guitar and sing a song. I think it's almost making it cool again because it's gone full circle. But I also think there's a lot of people that want to hear DJs. There's a lot of people that will want to hear those holograms that I mentioned doing those concerts, because I think it'll be a cool thing, but it won't be. It will put a lot of people out of business the same way the internet has put a lot of people out of business. So I know I'm completely just talking off the cuff today. So I might be talking a lot of rubbish, but these are thoughts I've had lately. Sergio studied at a private music school. I was lucky with the teachers. Besides knowledge, we talked about different musical topics. Yeah, me too. I did a degree, and I don't see people doing degrees in music performance anymore. When I did my music degree, it was very new and cool and edgy. Very new, very edgy. Maybe not cool, but it was very new and edgy. And, we've got a course now in live music performance. Right now, I don't think they really exist apart from like Berkeley. And I think you can do them online. But I mean, the content would be different. Back then, there was hardly anything about promotion. There was a module at the end about promotion. Now, a course like that would be 50% how to make videos, right? And that's just 20 years ago. Chris said, I used to play full time, but the lockdowns changed that. I just have not been as motivated since. If I wasn't playing a bar restaurant, I'd be busking. Right, yeah, that did change everything for a lot of people. And that definitely, I've seen it change the hours of venues. Venues don't open as long anymore. Venues don't have as much entertainment anymore. It changed the way the venues operate. Pooh's got a scoot. Have a great week and keep throwing those thumbs up. Thank you. And just so you know, I won't be here next week. I'll be traveling next week. So I'll see you in 2 weeks, Pooh. Boomer says, I'd like you to learn and perform Eminence Front by The Who. I think it'd be a good song for you. I never heard of it. And that's the thing. This video I'm talking about making this week is the 5 songs that I recommend people learn to get the best reaction at their gigs. So that wouldn't be one of them because I haven't heard of it. But it might be a good one to do on the channel as a cool song. Like I just did I'm on Fire. A lot of people don't know I'm on Fire. It's not exactly a mainstream hit. It's a hit, but it's not like Take Me Home Country Roads. So Chris said, I think you're giving AI too much credit. Well, I would have said the same thing, Chris, until I made a few songs with it. Have you tried it yet? Is what I'll say to you. I wouldn't feel so strongly a few weeks ago. But because I've been on the websites and made some songs with AI, it really opened my eyes. I can't believe that I can type in lyrics and it can make a melody and sing it with expression. I don't know how it does that. To me, that's scary. I understand throwing a bunch of loops together and random riffs and samples, and sometimes it works out. But to hear a performance sung with that kind of emotion and conviction really changed my mind about the whole thing. All right, let's do another question. I really should label today's stream the AI stream because it sort of became that. What are your thoughts on Martin Modern Deluxe guitars? I think they're great, but I think they're great for some people. The necks are very different to the standard series. The necks are good. They're on the thinner side. So you really got to play them. I think it's great they have the Evo Gold fret, because I always talk about Evo Gold stainless steel. No one uses it. Well, they do use it. I think that's fantastic. They only come with pickups from Fishman, but you can get them without pickups, and they don't make them in cutaway versions. If they made a cutaway version of the Modern Deluxe guitars, I probably own one, but they don't. So if you don't want the cutaway, if you want that long-lasting fret wire, you like a neck that feels on the thinner side, I think you really should check them out. I think they're great. They sound good too. But I still have a thing for the standard series. but then they don't have the fret wire. So yeah, I do like them. I do like them. But I think the answer there is play them, because they do feel different to other Martins. There we go. Pooh said, no one remembers phone numbers anymore. Yeah, remember the time you remember phone numbers? Oh, okay, GPS. GPS is a big one. Do you remember driving around with a map? Studying the map before you left home? Looking at the map while you're driving, which is really dangerous, and getting lost? Now, it just tells you exactly where to go. And the most important thing, if you go wrong, it tells you how to correct it. Technology has always kept pace with the development of music, in my opinion, at least for composers. I used the TrueFire video to develop Bossa Nova right hand. Oh, TrueFire is great. And that, don't get me wrong, it's totally on me. I've been lazy. I should practice more than I do. That's on me. But my point was, it's very easy in this day and age to get misled by technology. How long do you really spend in front of your phone a day? It can add up to multiple hours. You know, we all know that. He says, you sound especially negative today. Maybe it's the heat. I'm not negative at all. I'm just talking about AI because Apple had their AI event today. I don't see it as I see it as a negative for employment. I see it as a positive for many things. I like the song that I made with AI that I'm playing on my stream these days. I really like it. And yes, I already made that joke, David, but I am AI. You obviously missed it. But I am concerned. I'm not really concerned about myself with job-wise, because I think we're just entering this era. But I do think it's going to take a lot of jobs from a lot of people. Like, why would you need a music producer anymore when you can just have the computer mix and master the song? I mean, okay, right now it can't do it, but it will be able to. It will be able to reference other songs and mix and edit your song to sound like those great songs, which is what a producer does. They have reference songs to do it to. So I don't think, I don't know. I'm mixed. Don't get me wrong. I love, like I said earlier, I love technology, and I love acoustic music, and I love the way they've been growing together. But I think AI is going to make a massive jump, and I don't think it's definitely not going to take away everything. It's not going to change everything in the way that the internet didn't close down cinemas, right? There's still movie theaters. The internet and Netflix didn't kill the movie theater. They're still there. They might not be as successful. They may have had to evolve. There may be less of them, but they're still there. So I'm not saying this is the end of the world. I think it might be in hundreds of years' time. I think it could be a really good thing. I've had the idea of using AI to write a new album and then perform those songs myself. I think that'd be great. That might enable me to have a new creative outlet that I didn't have before. I think there's many positives. And I think there's many things that AI could do better than people because it's got access to the resources. But I just think it's also going to take away a lot of, hey, maybe it's not a bad thing. Maybe it'll be a good thing. Maybe we'll all have less work to do. We'll all get fitter. We'll all create a new form of art. Who knows? But I do think I do think there's a lot of people out there that don't realize the power and how good it is what I meant to say. Gary in Tucson checking in. I just did my 70-second show since Jan 3rd. Wow. How does your replacement Cole Clark sound compared to your damaged Angel 3? Are they super consistent or different amplified? Well, the Cole Clarks I have, and of all the ones that I've owned, I think they do sound different because they're all using slightly different woods. And actually, they use a lot of CNC. I was just talking earlier about the CNC. They use a lot of CNC with their production, but I still find there's variations in the neck and the sound. And the thing about the Cole Clark pickup is it's so sensitive that it will reflect the sound of the guitar more so. So I definitely think it's differences, but generally I think they're the same. I mean, they're the same woods, they're the same build, it's the same pickup system. What I notice is that I dial them in different. On each one, I dial them in differently. So it's people say, what settings do you have on the preamp? It's not like I have them all the same. I have them different on each one depending on the guitar. So that's just the way it is. The guitars are different. The pickup is so sensitive that obviously any differences in the guitar will be reflected in the pickup. I think that's a good thing. You know, the reason that people might just use a basic undersaddle pickup is because everything sounds the same. I don't think that's I think that's a bad thing, but it depends how you look at it. But the one that's damaged is a great guitar. You know, it still plays, it still sounds great. It's just that cosmetic damage. People on the stream loved it when I first had it. So yeah. Boomer, the reasons Eminence Front would be a good song for you is that you have no preconceived bias. You could play it and know if you know it. You could add the emotion and theatrics. The AI can't. Okay. Well, maybe we should have AI perform it and me perform it and then compare them. Is there an acoustic guitar the color of 5-year-old whiskey? That's a good question. I don't know the answer. I haven't seen 5-year-old whiskey in a long time. But maybe you're talking about like mahogany guitar or an all rosewood guitar. Lee says, anything I can do, AI can do better. Anything you can do, AI can do too. I guarantee no one watching this watched the Apple event today. That's all I'm going to say. It was interesting. They went through all their little minor updates, which is like the calculator on an iPad. And then right at the end, they put in that they're adding AI to all of their platforms. And they're using ChatGPT. So whoever made ChatGPT has just had a very large payout from Apple. That's what I'll say. And the fact that Apple are using their platform just shows how much they need it, or how much they think they need it, and how good that platform is, and how much it's improving all the time. So the fact that in September you're all going to have this AI stuff running on your devices, then I think then we should have a conversation again. I've tried it. When I say goodbye today and play the song, that was made by AI. That was recorded, written, produced by AI. That's all I'm going to say. And my only question to you is, could you or another human in reality write a song as good or better than that? The answer is yes, but it wouldn't just happen in 5 minutes. I think it would take a lot of work, a lot of skill, and I don't think that I could do it. So. Did you say what 5 songs you're going to recommend? I'm looking for 5 newer popular songs that are home. No, I'm going to do... So here's what I'm going to do, Gary. I'm going to do 5... The 5... And feel free to give me yours now if you want to. I'm curious. I'm not going to tell you what mine are yet because I'm going to make the video tonight. But if you want to tell me yours now, you can. Here's the question. And that's why I asked in the poll earlier. Do you play gigs full-time, part-time? I'm trying to find out if people are doing this for money, if they're curious about what would work well. Keith, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. So my first video about this topic is going to be the 5 songs that when I play them at a gig, they always get a great reaction because the people in the audience are powered by AI. Now that was a joke. The 5, you all think I'm crazy. We'll talk about this again in 12 months, and I'll play this video again, and you'll agree with me then, I promise. But I don't know why I got onto AI, because the 5 songs I play at my covers gigs has nothing to do with AI. It's just that AI is big news today because of Apple had their event. So, what are the 5 songs? Give me a song, if you don't mind, in the chat. I'm not going to steal it. I've already got my 5 in my head from a video tonight. what are the 5 songs or one song that when you play it at a cover gig, it always improves the gig, always goes down well, always gets, whatever that is, gets tips, always gets people singing, always gets you compliments. What song at a gig always works is my question. Boomer, Sergio Takamine has red 6 and 12 strings. Oh yeah, the John Jorgensen. I've got that red one that Noel used to play. I'm going to be selling that if you're interested. Made in Japan too. That one's got to go. But that's not the color of whiskey. That's the color of blood. CNC is more accurate and consistent than human guitar. Yeah, you said that. You said that a long time ago on the channel, David. And I still think about that now when we talk about CNC. And I completely agree. It's not a bad thing. Consistency is good. And humans cannot be consistent. So I think when it gets into the arts, it gets a bit more concerning than building a guitar or a house. No one minds machines building an apartment block. But when I tell you machines might be taken away from artists, that gets a bit weirder, doesn't it? Rex says, I did think the vocal was disconnected from the song. I thought maybe you tried to write a song for someone else. Some of the lyrics sounded like you, didn't quite land like you'd want them to land. I don't agree. I personally think that's performance is great. I love the tone of the voice. It's got that gravel and the phrasing. If that was my song and I put that out, I'd be very happy with it. But this is all subjective. I don't mind what anyone says because it's just, again, it's art, right? But I'll just say this. I really don't think I could write a song about buying too many guitars that's better than that one on the channel right now. And if you can, then please do it and send it to me. And that's a real thing. That's a real question I have. I don't think I could. I think I can write great songs. I think I've written some really good songs. But the way that just spat that out and it was that good and I found myself listening to it and enjoying it, that says a lot to me. Rosanna says we use Microsoft Copilot AI for composing emails at work. There you go. So there's a lot of AI out there that we don't know about. We're not aware of it yet. It's just being used by a lot of companies and we don't even realize it. Gary says, no order. Hallelujah, Mary Jane's Last Dance, Valerie, Dreams, and Drift Away. You see that they're not ones that work for me. Hallelujah, I think is too slow. I'm thinking where I'm playing. Mary Jane's Last Dance, I like that song, but I don't really. I think it'd be better if I played harmonica, honestly. Valerie, yes, that's I'd agree with that one for me. Dreams, I don't get that reaction, but I do it. And Drift Away, I don't do. So I'll agree with Valerie. And I think you'll enjoy my list of the 5 that I put up, Gary. And we'll see if you agree with me or not. But it's just personal experience. I have my 5 that always go down really, really well. Every time. And that's why I'm trying to see. Boomer says Valerie too, yeah. And I think it's because it's been covered by Amy Winehouse, originally by the Zootons. Very famous, a cool song. It's upbeat. You can sing along to it. It's got that rhythm. It's got that bouncy R&B, dun 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 dun, Motown rhythm, right? I think that's the reason. And most of my songs that I'm going to talk about are that reason as well. Jasper says, can you keep the audience's attention with doing finger-picking songs, or must they be strummed? I think strumming has more energy, and you get more rhythmic power behind the song. But you can keep an attention with finger-picking, because if they love that song, then it will keep their attention. I mean, like Blackbird's a good one. So, yes, I think you can keep the attention of the audience, but I think the strum songs, by definition, have more groove and beat to them that will make people tap their foot more. And I think ultimately that means they're going to be entertained in that kind of way with the energy, Wonderwall, so that is one I would say. Yeah. I think it's overdone. I still like it. I think it's overdone. But I think even though it's overdone, people still like to hear it because they know what they're going to get. But I'm really interested here because no one has said the one song that is going to be my first one in the video. No one said it. And for me, that is the ultimate. There's nothing else that comes close, and no one has yet said it. So I can't wait. I'm excited to do this video. I'm putting together a setup for streams on gigs and streams. The concept is simple: to express more in a small, simple at first glance. A small setup for streams on gigs and streams. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about streams at gigs. Part of me, years ago, I didn't want to stream from gigs because some venues told me they didn't want that. They were worried, again, a bit like with AI, they were worried that people wouldn't come out if the gig was streamed. But then someone else will say if the gig is streamed and they see how good it is, they will come out. Right? So I don't know. And now I see people streaming. I think I'd like to stream my gigs for me. But when I go to watch someone play a gig, I don't know if I want them to stream it. I saw someone play a few months ago and they streamed it. And I saw the Facebook feed the next day. I was sitting at the bar drinking a beer. I was like, I don't really want to see that. So, I have mixed feelings about it, as I do a lot of these things. Gary said Country Roads. Is that your number one, Gary? Rex says, I think it was 75% there. I mean, I'm not going to say it was perfect. I don't think I could do better. And I would challenge anyone watching this live stream to do better. If someone out there can write a song about buying too many guitars, then please do it. I want you to do it. I am incredibly impressed with what it did. And don't forget, I could have just pressed the button on that website and it would just make me another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, another one, until the end of time. That's the scary thing. Brown Eyed Girl, that's a good one. Yep. So I think these upbeat songs, because they are, by definition, positive and energetic. And that one's easy to sing to. So you collectively, you have mentioned several of the songs I'm going to put in my list. I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. I'd say yes, but it wouldn't be in my list because that's not my favorite song. And I tend to do songs that I really like as well, because I think when you do a song you really like, there's also a song that most people really like. That's where it really works. But I would say if you like that song, then that would be one of your top 5 for sure. Proud Mary, yep, I'd say so too, for the same reasons, that upbeat feel. I'd put it up there with Valerie, but maybe not. It's not quite as modern as Valerie. Wagon Wheel, yep, I'd put that in the same park as Wonderwall. Overdone, but people still like to hear it because it's familiar and upbeat. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. I'm interested to put my 5 out there and see if everyone else agrees. It's really for people that don't gig at the moment. I'm sure if you're gigging, you have your go-to songs that work for you. But people that are new to gigging, trying to decide what songs they should learn, that's really what I'm doing that for. The Birdland Club NYC has a very good free YouTube live stream. Yeah, I think that's different. If it's the venue, and then some venues will charge for that live stream to bring in additional income, and the cameras are on the stage. I was really talking about setting up my cameras in a bar, and it's filming the people in the crowd. I don't know. I know some venues have asked me not to do that in the past, so I'd say if you're thinking about doing that, clear it with the venue first to be safe. Have you ever seen The Rain? Yeah, and Gary, I always say when I finish that one, Who is Lorraine? Who's Lorraine? Where is she? Where's Lorraine? Have you ever seen Lorraine? Sorry. You can have that one too. I won't even charge you for it. I thought the fact the song mentions stainless steel frets, does it? It mentions frets. I don't think it mentions stainless steel fret. I'll listen to it again at the end of the stream. My last band played Eminence Front. Oh, okay. I never heard it. I have to listen to it. Boulevard of Broken Dreams, says Les. That's a good song you can just throw in with Wonderwall because it's the same chords. So you can do Wonderwall and then go into Boulevard of Broken Dreams. People do like that song. That's nowhere near as famous as something like Wonderwall, and yet everyone knows that song, and it is a cool song. And maybe that's a good thing as well. It's not as overplayed as Wonderwall. David said, I've never had a request for Wonderwall. Well, you're either doing something right or doing something wrong. I'm not sure which. Boomer said, happy birthday since you're not here next week. That's right. My birthday is a week on Saturday. It's the 22nd. If you want to send me a gift, it's the 22nd of June. Thank you. We'll celebrate when I get back the following Monday. I'll be back. I'll be live again on the following Monday. I just missed 1 week. What is the memorable medley hook line and lyric in the AI song? Well, I think there's a few. There's the intro, has that dun 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 dun. It's not really a hook, but it is a hook of a kind. And then the vocal line. I love that first line. Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. I think that's a hook. I mean, it's not a hook like it's not like a motif. It's not like da 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 da. It's not like Here Comes the Sun, but it is a hook. There's a lot of small hooks in that song, and I think the main thing is the story it tells. I don't know. I like it. I like it. I'm just putting a challenge out there. If someone wants to write a song about buying too many guitars and wants to record it and send it to me, I will then decide if I feel that the AI is better or not. And I don't think I could do it. So if someone out there thinks they can do it, and I like the song, I liked that song. I enjoy listening to it. So Bad Moon on the Rise, and then sing to the audience, there's a bathroom on the right. There's a bad moon on. Oh, bathroom on the right. There's a bathroom on the. Oh, there's a bathroom on the right. The bathroom, bad moon on the rise. Bathroom on. I don't get it. Wagon Wheel is today's Brown Eyed Girl or Freebird. I'll play any of them. Yeah, I remember when I first started playing in America, I was asked for Wagon Wheel, and I didn't know of it at all. And apparently people in England don't play Wagon Wheel either. Just ended the poll. Man, what was the memorable melody, hook, line, and lyric? Look, it's not Here Comes the Sun, right? But it's also a song about buying too many guitars. There's a hook at the start where the guitars play. And then there's that first line, oh man, goddamn, da 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 da. That's a great line, isn't it? I think that's awesome. Oh man, goddamn, bought another 6-string today. Oh, it's great. It's great. And then the lyrics are all related to the guitar. And then the story of I'm being frowned upon for buying another guitar, but I need it for my art. When I strum that first chord, it's magic. It's worth it. It's funny, but it's cool. It's true. What he's saying is true, but it's also funny because he's finding reasons to buy another guitar. I think it's great. I know. I don't. You know, I don't get. I used to get very precious about music. I'm not precious anymore. I either like something or I don't, and I either like something because it means something to me on a personal level, or because it's just a fun thing. And some people don't think music should be fun, but I like that song because it's not. It's not fun in a corner. It's not like really cheesy and just. It's not Baby Shark. And it's very hard to write a song about that topic. I could have asked it to write a song about someone's best friend that went away and they never saw them again. It would have been a much different, serious song, and I think that would have been even more believable. The fact I said write me a song about buying too many guitars, I mean, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous request, but I think it did a great job. I really like it. I'm not just saying that. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Or I'd say, hey, check this out. You know, I mean, I put it on the show for a reason. I mean, I was playing my own music, wasn't I? I was playing in between. Now I'm playing this 6-string. It's called 6-string fixation. I'm playing it because I like it. It's also a talking point. I can talk about the fact it's AI or whatever. But I'm playing it on here because I like it. And I like it just as much as my own songs that I've been playing on here. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind if other people think it's crap, but I really think it's great. And I think it's a problem for songwriters because I could use the AI to get a bunch of ideas, use it to make a better song than I would normally write, and I could release it and you would never know that it wasn't all my own work. So that's just a good question to raise. Rosanna said, I think it's really catchy. Thanks for the conversation. I have to go. All right. Yeah, I'm going to wrap things up. I'll say if you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. That really helps me out. So no show next week. I'll be away next week. I'm going to be away next Monday. So the following Monday, I'll be back again, back to the usual schedule. Please do hit subscribe. Please do hit the like button. That all helps me out. Please do check out the cover I posted this morning of I'm on Fire. I appreciate that. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. And I'll work this week. Before I travel, I'll work on this video of the 5 songs. It'll be a new thing for me to try out on the channel, see what you think of it. And then when I get back, you can let me know what you thought of that video and we can continue from there. I've got some stuff coming to review. I'm going to do the Voice Live 3 Extreme. Still waiting on the final release date, but it shouldn't be too long. And there's some other updates coming out as well soon that I'll surely cover on the channel. Some pretty cool stuff coming out. Just software stuff. But yeah, and go and check out the Apple keynote that was on today. It's on their website, apple.com. The first part is just regular updates to the different software they use. But the end of the video talks about, they're calling AI Apple Intelligence, of course, because they have to brand it with their own name. But check that out, and then you can make your own decision about this AI stuff. All right, make sure I've done everything here. Thanks to Rosanna and Lee for moderating. Thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate it as always. Thanks for the happy birthdays. So when you see me next time, I'll be a year older. All right, take care and be well. Bye-bye from the AI. I'm kidding. Just look into it, read about it, think about it. I'm not trying to be too negative or depressing. I still think I'll be fine playing my guitar for a while before the AI comes for me. Hopefully. All right, I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Oh, and I'll play you the AI on the way out. I'll play you the AI song so you can sit back and listen. Turn your speakers up. Enjoy my AI song from Aaron the AI robot. Bye-bye. I've upset everyone. Sorry.
six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Sneaking inside, just another piece of art, a new love to find. Strings humming with a history, each one with a tale. From the first touch of the strings, my soul sets sail. I see the look in her eyes, another roll of the dice. But in those studio lights, it's worth every price. I tell her it's the last one, just another fling, but the music calls my name with every shiny string. Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today. Vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself. Why can't I quit this ever-growing need? Oh man, goddamn, bought another six string today.